variety. And I don't just mean that in terms of North Yorkshire libraries, just the variety that is in libraries across the country. So I've worked for 3 local authorities and libraries. All are very, very different, serve very different sets of people, but they all manage to cater for those people very well.
How inclusive they are, not surprising, but encouraging. Libraries used to be places where you went to be quiet. Now they're places that you go to meet people, to talk, to settle down and have a chat, to have some activities. So they're a totally inclusive space, and that's the best thing about it.
The most surprising thing about modern libraries, I think, the fact that everything's a surprise. That they just are open to doing anything and everything. There's no sort of, as long as it's legal and safe, then it can be done. So it's just the fact that there's a lot of surprises with it. Always surprises me how much energy and different ideas people have.
I think people are often surprised beyond the books what libraries do. So we have a huge impact on our communities. In particular, I think health and wellbeing is the thing that quite often gets forgotten. So often when I tell people about the resources that we have, like the wellbeing bags, the self-care toolkits, the Reading Well collections, people are often very surprised. And also as well the range of events that we have in libraries. In the West we have theatre performances, we've had skate nights, we've had brownie sleepovers, and people always go, in the library? And I say, yes, yeah, absolutely. So I think that's probably one of the most surprising things about libraries.
I don't think they're aware that they have become such a community hub within their area. They want to know about jobs, they want to know about different things, and of course those have closed down now. Job centres, sort of few and far between. Citizens advice, again, few and far between. So the library is picking up those jobs, which from my point of view isn't what I regard a library as, because a library is full of books and books mean everything to me, but I can understand why they're becoming community.
I think it's the fact that we are about a lot more than books. I mean, books are obviously still at the core of what we do, and that's rightly so, and computers. But I think, and particularly when you're training new volunteers for the library service, they always say, I didn't realise you do so much. Because of course we see ourselves now as community hubs, so in theory you can do anything in a library that is safe and that people might enjoy doing and that might help to educate and entertain and inform.
I didn't, to be honest. I kind of stumbled upon it. So I was studying, at the time I was studying for a PhD, and I was working full time in a bowling alley, so there was a lot of late nights and just too many hours, basically. Yeah, too many bowling pins. So I was looking for something with sort of normal hours, and there was a part-time job in a library came up, and when I got it I kind of thought, why have I not done this before? And I was hooked, and I'm still here.
Brilliant.
It must have been way over 65 years ago, going to the library in the village that I grew up in, and my mum taking me, and it was in the days where you chose a book, you had to be very, very quiet, and they stamped it with red ink inside.
Can you remember what book it might have been that you first?
Oh, crumbs, 65 years ago? You've got to be joking.
What do you...
I used to love going to the library, and there was a reading room in the library in our town, which must have just been reference books. But I remember frightening myself to death sitting in this reading room on a kind of winter's afternoon when my parents were shopping, reading local ghost stories. And it was really, yeah, it was scary, but it was good at the same time.
In the next 12 months, I think just generally building on the success. I mean, we're at Libraries Conference today, as you can tell by the background noise, but everybody's obviously enjoying themselves, which is exciting in terms of being back open and everybody being enthusiastic and lots of ideas for moving forward. But I think the other thing that is exciting is the new North Yorkshire Council. because we will be officially merging with all the other culture and arts organisations from the districts, or sections from the districts. And although we already work with them very closely locally, this will be a chance to work with them far more strategically and across the whole county. So I think that bit is going to bring a wealth of experience and new activities and ideas for us, and equally a chance for us to get libraries into other cultural venues.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Chris.
I'm really looking forward to building on what we've already started building on post-COVID, which is getting people back into libraries and using our library services, and delivering more events and activities with larger groups of people, because of course that all went by the wayside during COVID, and we're really working hard to get people back into libraries again. So hopefully we can do more of that going forward.
We are hoping that we might be able to extend the space that we have available in our library, and we've got lots of plans of what we'll do, but it all depends on whether we get the space to do it or not.
More expansions of what we're doing, what we can do, the events, the more links with the communities, with the warm and well, etc. going on, and getting more people involved, and also refurbishments and things like that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Judy.
That's got to be the Ask for a Book project. This is a whole new service that is offering a suggestion to people who maybe haven't got somebody at home who would suggest to them. And it is fantastic. There's only 15 services who've signed up to try it out, and North Yorkshire's one of them. And we think it could be taken nationally in the future. It could transform the library service. It's a mixture of print and digital, and I'm so pleased North Yorkshire are part of it. It's called Ask for a Book, and look out for it next year.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rachel.
Well, I think with my literacy and learning hat on, I'm looking forward to, we've got the Christmas Reading Challenge coming up, and then we've got Under Fives Week, which will be the first one not in under pandemic conditions. So I'm really looking forward to getting some great events going in libraries for under fives, re-promoting our Buzzy Bee scheme, and kind of reminding people why libraries are great. We're in a really strong position over the pandemic. People realised the importance of libraries, and now we have to kind of prove that, really. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how libraries fit into the new council structure as well. That's quite exciting. We've been moved over into the heritage and culture sector, which I think works really well with our aims and objectives, and just continuing to develop all libraries, communities, hybrids and cores.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank you.